Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another match in the Final Fantasy Randomizer Irongol Heavy Metal Championship here on the Speed Gaming Family Networks. We are coming to you for a race between Guda632 and Elmarkin, number 7 versus number 6. And hey everyone, I'm Cyclone, joined by Magius. How are you doing tonight, Magius?
I'm holding up, Cyclone, I'm holding up. So tonight we basically have an improved vanilla, which is basically, any of you played Final Fantasy 1? You're gonna find a lot of this to be very familiar, with a few small tweaks, a required war mech, and a few other things. Well, let's get ready to rumble, because this is going to be interesting.
Required war mech is pretty much the most fun part of this. Normally we like to do the little prayer on the Bridge of Destiny, but we don't have to do that. We're going to be facing a war mech, so these runners are obviously able to pick out a team that allows them to play the best game they can while also doing that war mech, and this is probably why you see the runners both choosing black belts, because they want to have access to One Punch Man!
Well, Saitama is a thing.
So, is there anything you're looking to see in tonight's race, Magius?
Let's see. I'm expecting it to be interesting, considering Elmarkin is going for red mage, while Guda is going for white mage. I don't think we have shuffled spells, but I'd have to double check the flag set. But with it being improved vanilla, this is going to be just good old-fashioned, just drag down, just how much do you know the original game. We will see Garland defeated, we will see a TNT turn, we will see a, possibly a Hooray Tour, and we won't see X-Cow turned in.
The latest that we do have on here, I'm looking at a little bit at the little things that are randomized here. Obviously, we have the required war mech we mentioned. Castle Ordeals pillars are randomized. Titan's Trove is modified. We do have Life Finish Hospitality on. If runners want to stay at the end and Life End, they can. Extended open progression. So a lot of things like that are turned on. Again, just things that make it, as you said, an improved vanilla.
Yeah, pretty much.
And we're on the way. And I think the spells might be... yep.
Yep, spells are shuffled, so we have Fire 3 and Bane early on in Saber. Fog 2 is also a very good pickup because of hit adding armor. And Fire 3 will be the opening sweeper along with Bane and Saber.
Yeah, Fire 3 is what is most definitely going to be used against Garland, unless someone's willing to try out Bane strats early. They do work very well against Garland, it is worth noting.
Oh yeah, I forgot, also Blurst is on.
And we do have the
Bane
plus...
armor 3.
Yeah, we have the plus-minus armor going on there as well.
Basically, the bonuses are for weapons. It's extra hit and the damage if it's increased, decreased if it's a minus. If I recall correctly, the same thing. Increased to absorb and evade, if I recall correctly, for these places for chest pieces. And give or take, that's basically, plus or minus whichever way. Blurst is basically blessed or blessed or cursed, just like you would see in a D&D game.
Now, I'm noticing the imps are not really that dangerous today. At least we have not seen anything yet. Maybe they're just not allowed to get to that point in their turn order. But we haven't seen anything dangerous on the imps yet.
I mean, it's improved vanilla. I think we also don't know if we have treasures shuffled or not. But,
treasures are not shuffled according to what I'm reading.
Okay, then I think we also have the vanilla encounter table.
Oh, that could be it as well. I didn't check. I didn't see that.
I know we also have NPC Guillotine on, so that'll be a thing. I guess, chat. I guess we could actually start keeping count of how many times they, guillotine an NPC. That'll be a fun thing. Therefore, how many you think both Guda and Elmarkin will end up doing by the end of this race?
We'll let chat keep track of that as well. In the meantime, there's a heal pot and another heal pot. It's the heal pot Temple of Fiends. And Elmarkin not going to keep them. Guda is going to walk him back to Garland, and we have two Garland fights going on.
Fire 3, Garland survives. Fire 3, Garland's gone. Quake immediately takes her out. And they're both rescuing the princess. This should give the bridge and the loot.
And it looks like Guda accidentally reset his timer, so we'll have to probably hide that because they are a little bit off now. They did start a little, maybe about 5-10 seconds apart. I think we did get it synced up at one point. But we will get that timer out of there now. Anyway, both runners are leaving the castle after getting their goodies there, and they now have their bridge, of course. And they're going to be heading up to the Provoca and potentially Matoya's Cave area.
Probably not Matoya's Cave yet, because there's really nothing there. They'll probably pick up their ship, go to March Cave, and go from there, probably popping into Elfland to see what's there. Also, shoutouts to the devs, because we're going to see the credits.
You do raise a good point. They're not going to have any incentive items hidden, so there's no instant push up to Matoya until you actually get the crystal. That is a good call. They probably will not go there.
However, I do remember that the these boss stats are clamped, so there'll be, what, 100 to 200? And looks like Elmarkin is checking Matoya.
Looks like I was originally right. I should have stood by that guess.
Apparently they are shuffled.
I guess we have loose items. Well, the TNT was a loose item to start with, so I guess it is loose somewhere.
Yeah, I don't think it is forced incentivized locations. Just the loose items are present on that one, so
yeah.
We'll see some stuff. This will give us our ship. And with that, Elmarkin, I'd say technically is in the lead, having the ability to break open the canal once they get over to Provoca and pick up their ship.
Yeah, Guda will have to. He will make a trip to Matoya most likely after getting the crystal, so he won't be losing too much of that because he knows he has to go back to Matoya to get the herb anyway. So that's going to be coming up later anyway.
Depends on whether or not that's there, considering that the crown is loose in the vanilla game.
That's a good point.
Oh, Pro Ring -4. Although those chain armors are going to be very good. Normally chain armor is what? Plus 16 absorb, minus 16 evade? Something like that when it's vanilla, so add what? 6 to that one, and decrease the evade penalty by 6, I think? Or is it 5 or 4? Either way, it's very good armor.
I've been doing some thinking while you were explaining that as well about the crown. It can be loose somewhere outside of the inner continent because we already have the ability to blow open the hole. That is actually a huge advantage for Elmarkin because if the crown is located somewhere up, let's say in the Sea Shrine, you can't go back and get the key until you go to the Sea Shrine, then something is hidden behind that key in a chest there by some chance. That could be a huge advantage for Elmarkin if it works out that way.
Most likely, a few things on that one. Guda running into one of the few NPCs that is not guillotinable. Yes, there actually are some NPCs that are not guillotinable.
Well,
like
you gotta keep some people. You gotta keep some people alive.
I know, and looks like this won't actually be as much as Guda opting to pop over to Matoya anyway. Also, as far as level 2 magic goes, Cure 2 and probably the 2 are the best options here. Although Soft is also a decent play if you're worried about having to deal with getting stoned a lot.
So the advantage that Elmarkin has is not really an advantage because Guda was planning to come here anyway, it looks like. So this is a good call. He got his TNT. Both runners now have that, and both will be able to bust out of the inner continent freely whenever they wish to. Well, and I have a feeling Guda might be going to Dwarf Cave next.
Location-wise, with ship, Dwarf Cave or Elfland. And looks like Dwarf Cave.
Elmarkin gets his ship.
And we're still 0-0 when it comes to NPC guillotines. Also, they're keeping the buy 10 option on, as in the latest version of the alpha, they are testing by quantity.
So Guda gonna go to turn in the TNT. Now we don't have the key yet, so we can't obviously go in this room. We have to get the key from, of all characters, the Elfland Prince. So this is gonna most likely be a necessary double dip.
Yep, more than likely.
That is assuming we need something in one of those
Since
chests.
neither of them brought... don't remember off the top of my head. I think it has at least some gold and silver plate or something like that in there. Although with this open, we will be able to see Melmont spells. Although I'm surprised we have not seen. Oh, we're just about to see it.
Yeah, we are going to get both at once. This is interesting. We're going to see 3, 4, and 5 all at the same time here. Let's see what 3 black looks like. We
Lit
have
3.
Lit 3. Those are really Lit 3 is really the big one there.
Yeah, especially if the lock fix is not on.
White
Cure
Magic,
3
we
though,
have
and
Harm.
Wall.
Yeah, Wall and Cure 3 are both excellent.
Although I do believe whatever third slot is not Red Mage learnable. But Fade!
Unfortunately.
Well, we found Fade.
That is Red Mage learnable.
Yep, along with Warp and Ice 3. Although present I'm marking a little low on cash, so it's going to take a bit.
So do you think that Gouda having the White Mage, do you think that Wall will be an advantage for Gouda at this point when he gets there?
I would say it has a good chance. It's just going to depend. It looks like Gouda is opting to go around and check the southern dock.
I'm not against that. You can go to Crescent Lake.
Yep, it is going.
Yeah, then I'll head back to Crescent Lake most likely.
Oh, I don't really. Yeah, but I don't think the early Sages item is on, so Litz must be defeated to get that.
And we'll need to get the rod to do that, so we still have to go through that whole chain to go to the vampire before we can go get the rod from Sarda. Unless wait a minute, the ruby is loose. That could be anywhere.
With what we have available, no map edits, Mark. So the dungeon that shall not be named, or Earth Cave, everybody's favorite dungeon to not double tip.
I'm trying to think if we can get to the Sea Shrine. I don't think we can because we would need to get the bottle first to get the Oxyales, so I don't think that's possible. The bottle... How these loose items hurts my brain.
Check the progression. Check to see if we have southern is on. Because if that's not on, they don't have access to on-rack without the airship.
Oh.
Yeah, vanilla-ish. Not even having the ability to get.
Oh, so on-rack is closed off. Excellent.
Although, as I do have to say, coming in the alpha version, and this is one thing I've literally been asking for ages, finally separated the Mage's Tile from the desert tile, you know, the desert edit.
So Elmar can say is that the inn in Elfland, Gouda has done some of his shopping, and is equipped with some of those silver +2 bracelets that he found.
Which is very good armor on that one. Looks like Elmarkin is leveling some, and probably going to check Marsh.
That seems to be a good play at this point, because the crown is there in vanilla, and there's always a good chance, given the limited range we have here, that it could be shuffled in there again.
Yep. And yes, to answer questions in chat, this is basically a slightly improved version of improved vanilla.
Now it's worth knowing that
This is something that isn't an option on the randomizer. You were saying?
I apologize for cutting you off. What I was going to say is that even if we do find the crown early, let's say the crown is up here on the top 4, we're not going to leave Marsh Cave and just walk away, because there's still the possibility that the ruby or the tail, they're also loose items normally in Castle of Ordeals and Ruby and Marsh Cave, in Earth Cave rather, respectively. So they can be down here, and since you're already here once, you don't want to have to come wandering back here.
Oh, very true, very true. Unless one of them is behind the key.
And that would mean you would have to walk back here. That would be painful.
Or possibly, I think Floater is not in sensitive location as well, so that could be here too. And ooh, Cloth Armor 3.
I don't know if I would still use that. It's still cloth armor.
I mean, it's better than nothing. I mean, think of it like this. It's a good team.
Yeah, if you have no other options, I guess it's the best option for someone like a White Mage, for example. But, yeah, still going to be cheap to sell.
I mean, I believe both of our runners did agree to NPC Guillotine, but I have not seen them actually try it yet. I did glance into the flags a little earlier tonight, so I believe that's also the launch of that.
So let's see what Elmarkin finds in the chests here.
Muddy.
Money.
Let's see. Soft potion, heal potion. We still have normal wizards.
Yep, the trap tiles are not shuffled, it looks like.
Ooh, that means we're going to probably see an Agma grind. Or an eye grind.
I didn't catch
That's
that.
start getting your Agma vibe. Okay, if it's not shuffled, we're probably going to see an Agama or eye grind. Also, life was in slot 1 for level 5 white magic and cure 4 at the bottom slot.
Interesting.
Looks
So
like Elmark.
Guda looks like he's going to make the Earth Cave play, but I think he's burning off some encounters first.
Yep, because the vanilla encounter table is on tonight. And looks like Elmarkin is actually opting to grind the wizards a little bit. I can agree to that one.
Yeah, as long as they're not too dangerous, that's doable. They are very dangerous at low levels in the vanilla game, I find, but as long as they're not too dangerous, they are grindable.
I mean, they're decent enough. We might actually see Hall of Giants play on Guda's side.
We'll see in a moment, I guess. Still
Yep.
burning off the encounters. And there he goes. He's gonna go check the items first, which I don't, and not mind this at all. You want to make sure you know what items are in here.
Yep, nothing good in Marsh Cave. So, Guda not being harmed for skipping it. However, there may be something, hidden in there, and ooh, a house.
Could be something in the key area, so if Guda would go back later, he would probably end up checking all of Marsh Cave just to clean it out if that's the case. So I'm not prepared to call this an advantage yet.
You're right. Also, Opal Gauntlet found. Not that much, but looks like Elmarkin is also opting to pick up some spells.
Guda is going to walk this Opal Gauntlet, or at least going to try to. He has to get away from these bulls first, and oh, it's all over. Zap and Warp in level 4.
Yep, the warp actually being good. Don't really have much money thanks to a lot more vanilla-ish. So, Cyclone, can I ask you a question? What do you think of the seed so far?
Well, it's improved vanilla. In other words, I like it.
Ooh, did Elmarkin just sell a heal helmet?
I didn't
missed
see
that pickup.
I was looking at Guda when you saw that. I didn't catch that. Interesting move.
I mean, it's money, and in this type of a thing, you want money. Because you're going to be stifled on money for a while.
Okay, Guda is making the play to the second floor of Earth Cave, so this is not a Hall of Giants play, like you thought.
Also, we need to update the tracker on Guda's side to show he's got the canal.
Correct.
And Markin will soon have it as well. I know, it's hard to remember, with improved vanilla, what do we do and do not get. Well, there's one for Guda. But Floater!
We have guillotined the first character in the game, goodbye to one of the bats, and as you said, the floater is located in Earth Cave. Earth Cave, so we're just waiting for a canoe to show up. The problem is we know where that is. That's located, I believe, with, oh shoot, where is that? I can't remember that one in vanilla.
Circle Sages!
I was gonna say the Circle Sages, I was gonna say that too.
Ooh, Bane Sword!
So he'll be going to Crescent Lake very soon, I imagine, but I wonder if he'll do it before... He'll do it before getting the ability to get the Earth Cave finished, I believe.
Most likely. Most likely, unless we have the, Ruby in the Marsh Cave.
Or if the Ruby is found along the way to, or the Rod could even be... No, the Rod is from Sara, but yeah, he'll have to leave anyway. So if the Ruby's in Earth Cave somewhere, we could be finding completed Earth Cave first, so we can do that in one shot. We'll see.
Yep, very true. Very true. I have to say, at least they're not trying to encounter manipulate the entirety of the seed.
We've now lost 2 of our fat friends.
Because normal speedrun-wise, there is an actual way to beat the game, just aren't you manipulating the entire encounter table. And basically, you use a fighter, you press A, and you basically fight your way through these. Oh, Nuke and Temper!
Oh boy. Both at level 5. I don't know if those are spells I'd like to see sharing a level.
I agree with you there on that one. I agree with you there. However, with Elmarkin's extra Red Mage, having access to more Nuke is always good.
Guda has made his way down to floor 3. I'm watching to see if he picks up anything interesting over there. In the meantime, Elmarkin is on his way to Earth Caves. Yes, you see the things we've already seen on Guda's side, so Guda's where the progress is going to be at this point.
Ooh, I also remembered. We have vanilla scripts on. That means Warbeck is going to be dangerous tonight.
Oh yeah, and it's required too.
Remember, folks, Warbeck has all 4 skills of nuclear in their pool.
So in other words, you're going to be getting nuclear cast on you.
Yep. And answer Wilt's question to chat. It's improved vanilla with a few tweaks to it. So they're opting to go with the black belt. And probably the extra magic, because apparently they don't have much in money too. And 3 total. Guda 3, Elmarkin 0 right now for guillotines.
I've actually seen about 6 on Guda's side so far, and that's just what I've been able to count.
Okay, then make that 6-0 on that one. Remember, chat, keep track of these for us. Guda taking down an Earth Elemental. We will see a warp out of here. And a large -5. Not that good. So here's the speed bump, or I would say that, but who knows at present.
Might be a little more dangerous in vanilla, we'll see.
Yeah, with Fade, probably not.
Nah, take that back. So you just walked in, the blood was on the walls, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. However, this does mean we will see, much like in an Agama grind tonight, I missed what was in the chest.
I didn't get a good look, but I don't think it was anything important, because you didn't stay there very long.
No, they didn't. And with what we have access to... Wait, do we have Southern Progression on? I'm trying to think here, because we have...
Look what Elmarkin is doing. Elmarkin left Earth Cave.
I see, I see.
Did he get a Exploder?
Yes, he did.
Okay, he wants to get that airship right away, it looks like.
I don't know if we have Southern... the dock one or not.
But... Oh, wait a second. No, if we can't get the early canoe from Sages, we can't get the airship yet.
No, we can't, unless the early Sages item is on, in which case we will have something there. And as I can remember... Oh!
I'm gonna look for
we have the dock! We have the dock!
At Onrak? Oh, at
the
Oh! I don't remember seeing that dock before. Okay. That's, I think, the first time I think I've seen that.
Part of Extended Open Progression. Which, whenever they update the, normal site, we'll have that as an option, on top of finally having the early Elfland access separated as well.
Ah, so it's in the beta. Got it.
Well... It's not in the beta, it's literally just part of Extended Open Progression. No one just uses it because, honestly, most people don't want the airship dock, which is why the Major Style doesn't see as much love nowadays. But it'll be seen soon enough. Well, hey! Hey, that's one of the other reasons why I've been actually trying to get that one. And as DBS points out, yes, was on. It's something that adds a bit of a progression.
I'm just checking the other progression items too. Early Sarda item is not on. Early Sage item is not on. Early Ordeals is not on.
So maybe the Crown, Beating Glitch, and the Ruby being fed to the Titan to get those 3 items.
Correct.
Ooh, and Gouda hasn't realized extended open progression is on. I do have to say, I'm happy every time we see extended open progression, and I'm going to be even more happy when they finally divide it between, you know, the dock and early Elfland. Oh, as DBS is pointing out in chat, Vampire is the only thing needed to get the Zarya item.
That does make sense because that's where the ruby is located, so you have to be able to get access to where the ruby normally is, meaning to get the rod, which has to be from Sarda, you have to be able to say that you went to Earth Cave.
Very true, very true. And I am surprised after this if we don't see a volcano play. Volcano or ice play in state.
Oh wait, the airship!
The
we should go to the airship, yeah.
And that's 1 guillotine on Elmark inside.
It's always the bats.
I mean, there are 5 bats in a room that they literally moved out of the way because they're annoying. And there's been actual talk in the community about when NPC guillotine is on, those bats being put right back. They've been there since, God, late version 1 to version 2?
By the way, fun fact, we had in one of the races back in the tournament, I saw someone go visit the bats just for fun, and then he got stuck on some trap tiles up there. There's actually trap tiles in that room.
Yep, and also another bat guillotine by Gouda.
There's a pack of gray wolves and werewolves running away from. There's another guillotine.
Yep. And another.
And there goes the wizards for Gouda. Not gonna grind them.
I mean, we gotta have some fun with, you know, a lot of these vanilla flags.
I suggest Gouda might come back with the key, but he must be thinking there had to be something in here. We know there isn't, but he must have concluded this was the better play than going to Volcano at this point.
Gouda hasn't risen their airship yet. Only Elmarkin has. I think Gouda...
I hope he was aware of the dock there.
I was just about to say, I don't think he realizes it. Oh, and that's where Elmarkin got that heel helm. Gouda's thinking.
Processing.
Probably double checking the flags. Resetting out. Probably realizing he's got the floater. The dock is open, and we'll probably be headed over there.
Yeah, he probably checked to see if the extended open progression was on, and was like, oh, that's probably where I'm going to go next.
Yeah, extended open progression doesn't see as much love as it used to, and honestly, that's one of the... As I've said it before, I'll say it again. Once, you know, that's divided, we're going to see some fun there. We're going to see some more fun, because then we don't have to give them the ship as often.
Speaking of fun, did you see something on Elmarkin's side? In any case, we're going to see what that chest is now. It was just a silver bracelet.
So the vampire go down. Yep. So we'll see a warp out. And then a Zarya check. Will we? Yep, we will. We'll see the rod pick up. and then probably going back in and beating the beating Lich.
So you don't actually need the ruby.
Nope, but I think Titan Stroke is incentivized.
We'll get confirmation of that sooner or later when they do get the ruby, if they go back there. We know the ruby is loose somewhere in the world. We know the tail is somewhere loose in the world, because they are normally loose items as well. The TNT was already shuffled out of its room and key lock area, so we know they're going to be out there somewhere.
Yep, and with that, Ale, are you going back to the Earth Cave, or are you gonna go check other stuff?
Guda was about to sail by the dock and realized, oh, I can get my airship.
Yep, and we also saw the vendor item being the bottle.
I think Guda was on his way to Crescent Lake, and then looked up and was like, oh, I want that.
Yes, and the bottle is over 10k right now, so the money for it.
Guda realizing he can't do anything in the Titan's True at the moment, so he's going to head out over to Sarda, get his rod, and he's probably going to be following over to Earth Cave himself.
Yep, because they'll need to beat Lich in order to get the actual canoe. Also, another one of the make that 2 guillotines.
Not that we need the canoe for getting into the volcano or the ice cave. We now have a flying contraption that will get us there, but we do need it for getting to the waterfall cave and get our cube later, so it is still going to be needed.
It will also be needed for ordeals if they want to promote. Which, having a black belt, I don't think we'll see that. Oh no, wait. Tail's loose.
Well, with the loose items, they could still check everything else for ordeals, but it is a long walk for promotion, so they may opt not to do that.
I mean, Massa is also possible in a chest, so that is a thing too.
Yeah, it could also be plus or minus as well, so we could have a situation where Massa is weak, Vorpal is strong, or vice versa, and we're going to have to see which side ends up winning the argument today.
The fist is mightier than the sword.
Yes, in this case, the fist is mightier than the sword. The Vorpal is useless to us.
I mean, punch, 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 kick, 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 win, win, win.
Oh, I've seen like 1900 damage out of that black belt before. That's something to see.
I mean, I've heard from a friend years ago them one-shotting Chaos for over 2,000 damage playing this game on an NES.
Yeah, that black belt can have some really crazy numbers.
I mean, Agama grind and I grind, we will probably see that tonight.
Very possibly.
So I guess we're going to have to get some Agama facts and some I facts.
Get your facts ready when we call for them, chat.
Add that. Yep. I'll add that. You know, if you guys are enjoying this race, consider following our runners. They're putting on an amazing improved vanilla speed, fun on that one, and
And also, just to catch up on something I have noting in the chat here, we did have an event at Speed Gaming Live back in 2019. We are going to have another Speed Gaming Live 2020 coming up. If you want to see this game at Speed Gaming Live, the Randomizer at Speed Gaming Live tournaments are chosen by the fans, so make sure to go to speedgaming.org/sglive to vote for what you want to see. And maybe you'll see this game there.
if I recall correctly, it's already in the top 3.
Very nice.
So we're on the Lich floor. I think we got vanilla stats, but at least have vanilla HP, or do they have improved stats? Let's see, let's see, punch.
I didn't quite catch up, but nonetheless, he got cracked and terminated, so nothing really to discuss for another creature we did not get to see for very long.
I mean, Elmarkin gave him some cake. Lich ate cake, and had to go to sleep.
Was there something in that cake? Was it laced?
Don't know. Ooh, by the way, gold bracelets for over 10k. Nice.
I think I just realized too, why are the bats on floor 3 orange, but on floor 2 and floor 4 they're not orange?
Not sure on that one. Also...
Oh, they're orange here too.
Oh, also, Life 2 found at level 6.
Nice. Better than level 8. And there's our canoe, and if you need a confirmation that you can't get the canoe early, he talks about vanquishing Lich. So there you go.
Yep. And Lich has ice too.
Elmarkin is taking a moment to enjoy his rest at the inn.
Are we sure that spells and other stuff are not trouble? Because Lich just used ice too. I don't remember if they have that in vanilla or not. As it's been.
I want to say he might have ice too.
I believe Lich 2 has Nuke, but I'm 100% on that one.
Oh, Lich 2. I think all of the fiends have Nuke in vanilla.
I know Cass is our only source of Cure 4.
Chaos is Cure 4, yes, in the vanilla. Now, we are going to get to see a look at our Cardia Islands here, because we do have a couple loose ends we still need to find. The crown to eventually lead towards the key in case there's anything in those rooms. May or may not be important. We do still have the tail somewhere loose, and if it's here, well, we're going to probably see a promotion.
Also, a slab pickup.
That slab is going to be important if we need to get to Lufane for the item there, and most likely you're going to need to.
Chime. They're going to need it.
Markin is back from his break, and he is back in the air.
Yep. And looks like we're going to see a nice cave play from Markin. Will we see an eye grind here?
Oh! Guda just killed one of the dragons.
Let's see, more 5 gold and a tent plus a cabin. Nothing good. Gouda probably on their way to get their canoe. Yep.
Markin attempts to vaporize the pool of undead, but 2 survive, and, well, they take a second blast and they die too.
Now, with Warp, we probably will see a eye grind. Also, Gouda picking up their bot. Ooh, it looks like we have a raid. Hi, all! Welcome to a Final Fantasy Randomizer Irongol Holy Medal Championship match.
I was just going to call out that same raid, and they're coming from a Zelda 1 Randomizer weekly race. Looks like it was a quick one today. They were doing a Rotor's Relish over there.
I mean, with today's flags, just to give a quick thing on it, it's a modified version of Include Vanilla. So, we got your... You gotta beat the vampire to get Zardi item, you gotta beat Lich to get your canoe, you've got a few of the items that are in chest, sprinkled all over the place. You gotta have the crown to get into ordeals, and a few other small things, but overall, improved vanilla. And it looks like Gouda's on the way to the volcano.
Meanwhile, we had the extended open progression on, that's why they were able to get the airship before they got the canoe. Of course, our raiders arrived when they already had both. We have a couple other neat things on. Life Hospitality, the Titan's Trove is modified in its modified form, and most importantly, we have a required Warmech.
And with vanilla skills, Warmech's going to have all 4 nukes. Sorry, all 4 nuclears. So here's hoping they roll bad in initiative, and we see some fried light warriors.
Oh, we're seeing the Red Hydras right now on Gouda's side, and he runs away.
He bravely ran away.
So, Elmarkin, do you think he's going to do an eye grind here?
More than likely. I mean, they've got Warp Trick, Fall in again and then check? Maybe. We'll see in a minute.
Yep, we will.
Ooh. Oh crap, I just remembered. The eye has quad X.
Oh, that could be dangerous.
I mean, depends on it. It has low health, so we'll see in a minute. Ooh, some Expedias.
Here's the warp trick you were just speaking of. Just fall in, hit warp, and hey, you're suddenly standing on air. And of course, the floater is not in its vanilla chest.
And looks like we will!
Oh, he is going to see what the eye has today. Oh, we know what the eye has, but...
Yep, I mean, it's free EXP. Let's see, not that much. Glance.
There's the quad X that you spoke of. Didn't hurt him. And, well, there goes One Punch Man.
I mean, does have a soft, I believe, so that's some healthy EXP on that.
That's good EXP for the one Black Mage, but he had to unsoften the Black Belt, and now our Black Mage is down, so this is going to be a very interesting finish for El Markin. And that is a white.
Yep. Agama is being the better option here.
Yeah, 100%.
As Will points out in chat, it's got a lot of nasty things, but it's the quote-unquote free experience if you can get through it.
I forgot how nasty the eyes were in vanilla. I'm so used to seeing them used for grinding in the randomizer, and I forgot how bad they are. My goodness.
I mean, they're free experience once you can actually get to them.
Yeah.
If you have enough stuff to beat them, there is a lot of good EXP to be found there.
Yeah, very true. If you can one-shot them, you're good.
And now we have a Volcano Armory check. So a Giant Sword +4.
There's a good chance there could be a missing loose item here that we need.
That is true.
Ooh, 67 on all three of the red gargoyles there. That is very consistent.
Looks like El Markin not opting to check the eye grind again.
I can't blame him.
I mean, I could see it, maybe warping back, but not sure if Frosty time.
Good at checking your chest a second time. It still doesn't have anything the second time. And here's a Grey Worms. We know that they're very beefy, good XP, but not going to fight them.
That is true. However, it looks like El Markin is opting to take down these Frosties.
I'm trying to figure out, do we have the feature on where every item they pick up gives them the bonus, 5%? Or is that not on today?
I don't think it is. Also, Pro Ring -4.
Yeah, I saw the Pro Ring as well.
Let's see, an Ice Cave, 42 gold, 212, some more money, Wooden Helm -1, some Frost Wolves.
One of our other runners in the chat, Will Bloodworth, is making a comment, a little discussion about the eye. You don't grind eyes without ribbons, and since they have no ribbons,
speak of the devil, it shall appear. And the defense sword +4.
Yeah, I think we're going to see a potential for a good eye grind now, but I think El Markin wants to walk that ribbon out.
Let's see. Remember, they also do have warp.
True. But then he's going to have to walk out again anyway, so we'll see what he decides to do.
Probably will keep one of them alive. At least one of the white mages alive. And go from there.
He can warp back to this spot. That's right. So he'll try the eye grind again now, and is gonna make sure he can get out of here.
Also getting some levels on their way here. Let's see, like 3 comes out, eye grind.
That seems easier.
Yep. And yep. We got an eye grind going on, folks.
We did lose Art, so he may stay down. He may come back to life. Oh, he's the other black which is going in front.
Yeah, we're gonna see an eye grind.
The future One Punch Man is glanced at, but he does not falter.
I believe the One Punch Man has got the ribbon on, so does not have to worry.
That could be an issue, though, if the Red Wizard gets knocked out, because then he won't have access to warp. And he's taking every precaution to get out of there while he still has access to it. He does not want to be forced to walk through just the black belt. Good call.
Yep. But not reviving.
That... I was gonna say, he's not reviving. I'm curious about that.
Agama grind.
Oh,
Agama grind.
One of the black mage is dead. That's why. That was entirely plotted.
I can only think of that as keeping him dead on that one, keeping the red mage alive, because it's got the ribbon on, so 2 hand strats or Agama grind, most likely.
I would still give the black mage just a few levels to make sure they can at least get a couple spells out where needed, but otherwise I can see the reason for getting the black mage stuff. They do have a few levels already. They may be able to still survive for a little while being at the bottom of the party.
Yeah, but EXP is EXP, and also Guda stacking a lot of spellcasting items on that black belt.
And having things like the power bomb, for example, can be really useful on that because that's free magic.
I mean, it's got the defense sword on it, and the just found a Thor hammer too, so that's already on it as well. We're gonna see some insane grinds coming up. Ooh, Brocade 4. There's the ruby.
There's a ruby, and you mentioned the Thor hammer. That was one of our extra incentive items in the tournament that just went through, but it is in the vanilla pool today. It's not shuffled in as incentive today.
Yep. And here's the Grey Worm.
So we may see a Titan's Tunnel visit after we're done here.
Not
Titan's Tunnel, sorry. Titan's Cave, I should say. Sorry.
Yeah, Titan's Cave, Titan's Tunnel, Titan's Trove. Yeah, all of them work.
Tomato, tomato.
Potato, potato.
Yep. There.
And let's see, will we?
He's healing. This could be an Agama grind. We're gonna see the chest anyway.
Oh yeah, this is going to be an Agama grind.
So we'll get a confirmation as soon as he goes down, and then chat will be able to start putting their facts in.
Yep.
There it is, ladies and gentlemen. Start getting your Agama facts in chat.
Back, relax, grab a cold drink, and we're gonna be here for about at least 5 minutes.
Yep.
If not longer.
Gonna see a lot of lizards in the meantime. Speaking of Agama facts, do you have any interesting Agama facts, Mages?
Not that I can think of off the top of my head, except that, I'll get back to you on that one. As Wilbur was pointing out in chat, I would grind with less than 30 heal pots.
I won't judge.
I mean, it's an Agama. An Agama is a red iguana.
Agama fact. Agamas don't really like getting punched in the face.
Agama fact, bring Teal pots to the volcano. Will Bloodworth. I'd also add that Agamas are one of the, I believe, what? If it's not the best, it's either the best or the second best form of EXP with vanilla EXP, if I recall.
If it weren't for the fact that...
best.
Sorry.
Oh, go ahead.
If it weren't for the fact that they're so dangerous, I'd say the worms would probably be one of the best ones, possibly the best one in the game in terms of experience, I think. If I'm remembering numbers correctly, I don't have them on hand right now, but I know that the Agma is the most popular one because it is not anywhere near as dangerous, and you still get a really good amount of experience out of it.
That is very true. Agama fact: an Agama is not a pinata. However, it is filled with juicy goodness for our runners.
I remember back in the tournament, I brought out an Enigma fact that when I had the actual sheet from the vanilla game in front of me here, it's packed away somewhere right now. But I think I said something about Agama is about, what was it, 1 1/3 eyes or something like that. I can't remember how I said it was, but I looked at the XP based on that.
Not sure on that one. I know an eye has a bit more EXP than an Agama, but still.
I think the number was 1.6, whichever way it went. Maybe it was the eye, there's 1.6 Agamas or something. I'm not sure how I did that.
Say goodbye to Dark.
Goodbye, Dark.
As throwing that Black Mage to the first slot means we are going to see the full Agama grind. I'm betting 32 instead of 42.
Oh, 32 at minimum because we're going to see One Punch Man come to life with that. Another Agama fact in the chat. Thanks for Irongol. Agamas jealously guard their treasure.
Also, to point out, the chat pointing out that it's described as the dragons, worms, eyes, and others. Although they give more experience, have step-off tiles, and are a bit more dangerous.
That's a good point on the fact there's no step-off tiles. You don't have to step off the tile and step back onto it. That is a good point.
Agma fact, apparently they have heat.
Looks like we are now down to just Greg. I think you commented on that earlier, so he's grinding by himself now.
Yeah, full party EXP giving you 25, giving you 2,572.
He's getting good punches already. 478 on that one shot of that Eggman. That one survived, so he's going to take the second shot here.
6 hits. Looks like we're going to see the double Solo Man grind from here on. We will see. Go ahead.
Let's look at the difference between how Guda and Elmarkin have been looking at their experience on their wizards so far, on their mages, I should say. Elmarkin's been keeping the red mage up, and that's going to give him the advantage with some white magic spells later on, whereas Guda kept dark up for a little while, the mage at the top, and that's going to give him advantage with more black magic spells from that character later on. So it's going to be interesting to see how those differences play out when we get to the end of the game here.
As of right now, Markin is getting less EXP because the Agama has not yet taken down that red mage. And might be needs to unequip the red mage if they want to be able to deal more damage. Well, have them take more damage on that one.
Maybe he wants the red mage to get some experience there, but I'm not sure why he needs the red mage to have any more.
It's level 25, so yeah, looks like...
Yeah, he just got a 26 on one of them.
Yeah, looks like Guda is walking it out.
Guda is satisfied. Guda will need a heal, and that's something that Will Bloodworth is pointing out as well. If he gets stuck in an encounter in the few tiles that he's off, walking around, he's going to have a hard time getting away safely. He could lose all that work.
Also, a good Agama fact, Agama... Just let Swing and a miss. Remembered and then forgot.
Will is calling for Guna to heal. Guna is trying to do this backwards. He's going very slowly because he doesn't remember how to do this backwards, it looks like.
Oh, I like that fact from chat. Agama fact. Agamas are secretly fans of the FFR Duckling program and will avoid roots from their favorites during the Duckling Derby.
That is a shameless plug for the Duckling Derby this Friday, and we have no problem with that because it is another Final Fantasy Randomizer event, and this is, of course, Final Fantasy Randomizer, so definitely check that out on Friday.
Did Gouda just...
Gouda does walk out without an encounter. The legend.
I mean, let's see... Yep, makes it. Now buying some heal pots. As a positive, even if Elmarkin's black belt does take a wipe, the red mage has enough on them to actually keep going later on, depending on what they get.
Yeah, Zack is actually surprisingly weak compared to the red mage. What is this? Oh, Heat is doing it. That's what's causing the problem.
And looks like they are healing up some. Wasting the bottle.
He's healing up for another shot at the another round of grinding.
Good for that one, making it like.
I think he wants the red mage to be up there with the black belt for spellcasting purposes.
Yes, but I think red mage's down, but the Agama is not being nice to him yet.
True. Heat is not doing a lot of damage to Vix compared to what it's doing to Zack, so this might just be a side effect of having Vix not taking too much damage.
It is getting less EXP because of it too. I think they're trying to get it down, but not dealing as much. Though I could see maybe level 30. This Agama grind is gonna be over soon.
Yeah, when we get to 32, it's gonna be over. Gouda is making his trip back in. I'm curious if he does any more Agama grind, but I assume he's just gonna go take out carry this time.
Agama's.
Or he's gonna go back to the Agama grind.
Having level 30, we're gonna see that. However, I do not know whether or not we will see the 42. I believe we have clamped up to 200% for the Fiend HP, but DVS is saying it. Yep, 100% on the boss stats.
If they want to get to 42, they can go ahead and do it through the Sky Palace later. So there's no need to go to 42 while they're here. They can just go to Sky Palace and do it there if they need to on the eyes, because they should be able to take some damage from them at that point.
I mean, you would be surprised about how much 200% damage can actually be. I mean, it seems innocuous, but it's there. I am not going to repeat the comment chat just said, but damn, is it funny?
Yeah, I think the comment I think you're referring to is from Will, and I actually do agree with that, because I did see way back in October, I believe, about 8 months ago, I actually called the finale of the Platypus Invitational back then, and that was the first time I saw One Punch Man in furious action the way we know him to be. And it was quite a show, because one runner came from behind and basically pulled a Hail Mary and got through very, very quickly. And I'm probably spoiling it a bit now, but it's been a while, so I don't mind doing it. But basically, the last runner to enter was the one who finished first on the screen.
Also, looks like Gouda is going to 42. After all, it's the answer to everything.
Oh, once you're at 42, what else do you need?
I mean, it's the answer to everything, according to the Hitseeker's Guide through the Galaxy.
I mean, someone just killed Vix already. That's what we need right now.
I mean, either way, 32 on that one. 32 for both the Red Mage and the Black Belt. Find the NASA or the Vorpal.
Wait, Elmarkin is done with the Agama grind. He's actually on the carry floor right now, and just took out a red dragon in very short order. So he is going to carry right now, and I think he's happy where he is. He can't be past 32 at this point.
Still at 32, but the red mage is also at 32.
Yeah.
And in which case you have 2 damage dealers at that point. So you're pretty good there. Well, as Guda's going to 42.
He's going solo. So we'll see if Elmar can get through the rest of the game in short order before Guda catches up to him at this point, because Elmar is trying to pull away right now.
I mean, Temple of Phoenix in this case is going to be the Great Equalizer, hanging up the 2 black mages, opting for some nuke, some more nuke, and a punch. For 332 damage, nuke coming out, 133.
Oh, he's leaving.
So 170 damage from the black belt fire 2 coming out.
I'm trying to catch his level here.
6 hits, 500 change, and carry goes down.
Oh, I missed the level, but it looks like he's happy with his grind here, and he is going to move on to carry. So Elmarkin not going to get too far away before Guda starts following behind. Guda must be thinking he can catch the rest of the levels he needs. 42 on the way.
Level 39.
39 is where he's at, thank you.
3 levels away from 10 hits.
Oh, he found another item on the way, so he just took it out as well.
Everything else, this is more of a walking grind. Yet to check the ice cave, so we'll probably go there, maybe.
Elmarkin nice enough to bring his 2 black mages back at this point. They must be surprised by how different their 2 comrades look at this stage.
Just remember, Elmarkin, do not sell the ribbon. Despite it having a lot of money, do not sell the ribbon.
Yeah, the ribbon is not something to sell. Knife 2 for Elmarkin, he finds it.
Also, another NPC guillotine for Elmarkin. Chad, if you keep keeping track of for us, I lost count. But also picking up that fast.
Right?
We'll see Oxio pick up.
Okay, we're gonna see. Actually, no, we're not gonna do the magic because the light might check, but he's not interested in the white because he can't get any of that for the red wizard.
7 hits, 847, and carries down. Oh, hey, Cyclops.
What?
Did you see what level Guda just hit?
Did he just get to 42?
Yep.
That was quick. He had that calculated.
Probably do good enough damage on that one, but yeah, 10 hits. This is gonna be freaking hysterical. But fixing up,
Bringing all the mages back to life, and they are now seeing incredibly big muscles on their comrade.
Yep. Also, Elmarkin picking up the Oxio. We'll probably see a Sea Shrine dive. Well, after this detour to the Cardi Islands. I don't think there was anything really good in here. I think Defense Sword was in here, but a slab as well and a gold bracelet. So yeah.
I think the ruby was in one of these, if I remember correctly.
Ruby was in the volcano.
Oh, my mistake. Yeah. Okay.
It's cool. It's cool. We're picking up lots of tempers, some nukes. Yeah, that party there is just going to be keeping that black belt alive. That's it.
It's gonna be the sacrificial party right there. Speaking of sacrificial, poison. And another guillotine dragon.
We really do need an actual running counter for this, you know, for later on. Since this is going to probably become even more of a thing.
Are you trying to give our tracker more work to do?
Nah, just make a guessing game like we have for the Link to the Past.
Speaking of which, make sure to follow DBS7 who is doing our tracking tonight. Good job helping us out there.
It hits 1,057 damage. That tiger went down. Was that a saber? Either way, all Markins on their way to the vampire. Sorry, the giant robot.
Is the
Markins on their
vampire
way to
not a
see
robot?
Bender.
Is the vampire not a giant robot?
Not sure on that one, but El Markins on their way to see Bender.
All hail Bender. Oh, you can see that late finish hospitality and then the clinic right there. And that one cannot be guillotined, so no guillotine on that one.
No, they all can't be guillotined.
He tried though.
Very true. The Wiz Mummy tile, or Wiz Mummy, Mummies, and Cockatrices all going down to Fire 3. Well, most of them are going down.
Two survive, and they get another shot, and they're down.
Yep. And Markin's got their cube from Bender.
I'm not used to seeing the vanilla text on these anymore. It throws me off.
Getting their GameCube from Bender, also a power bonk. So, Markin has the power bonk.
Gouda, meanwhile, has the Oxio.
You are
Yeah,
right.
Markin already
Does
has
it
the
well.
Oxio.
We will see a mermaid play, most likely. As we still need to find the key.
Yep, and the reason you said, I want to explain that in case there's anyone wondering why we need to find the key. The reason we need to find the key is because there is one locked door. Even if we don't need to get any of the items in Corneria Castle, even if we don't need anything in Marsh Cave, even if we don't need anything in the Northwest Castle, any other locked doors, Dwarf Cave, anything like that, we can leave all that behind if there's nothing important in there. However, there is one locked door in Temple of Thieves Revisited. As soon as you get through that plate on the 3rd floor to go back down to the 2nd floor, you have to have the Mystic Key to be able to get out of that door. Otherwise, you cannot continue in the Temple of Thieves Revisited, and you're basically stuck in the past unless you can warp or exit out, which they can, but that's another story.
Oh, Cyclone?
Mm-hmm.
Opal Bracelet plus 5!
Nice!
And Flame Armor 5, too! So, God. I know
Just give the Black Belt that Opal Bracelet, he's good to go.
No, because that would actually decrease its magic defense and armor.
Never mind.
It's cool, it's one of those smaller things, you know, even I've tried originally on some of that stuff, but Flame Armor 5, that is good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to remember if Red Maids could actually equip it or
Arrow
not.
Mark and Guillotine a Mermaid!
Oh, Dragon Sword too. Dragon Sword 5, actually.
I think that was a 5, yeah.
Dragon Sword 5 isn't that bad to scoff at. I mean, it's no Massive 5 equipped to a fighter, well, equipped to a knight, or a you know, red mage, or take your pick on that one. Also, good at fighting the rare.
So just for those who are coming in late who are wondering where we are, we do have 2 Fiend Dungeons done for both runners. We'll get the Fire Order update on both sides in a moment here, I'm sure. But both runners are playing a somewhat I guess you could call it improved vanilla. I think you referred to it at the start of the race. Improved vanilla, all the items in their vanilla spots, except for the ones that are in chests, they're still randomized like everything else because they are in chests. But the items that come from the various NPCs are vanilla items, so we do know to some extent where we're going to go to get various things to finish, and all the trap tiles are vanilla, all the move pools and skills are vanilla, so we're going to see a required 4 nuclear skill Warmech later on.
We also have 102% clamped bosses, if I recall correctly with that one. Basically, clamped is, just to give a brief explanation, you can't go lower than the vanilla stats. You can go higher, but you can't go lower.
Guda has now entered the Temple of Fiends, not the Temple of Fiends, the Siege Shrine.
Yep. And both of them have their power bonk.
Again, that's free spell casting for evasive purposes. They will definitely be happy to use that somewhere.
Most definitely. And they cannot check ordeals yet, so... Oh no, wait a minute. Yep, ordeals isn't needed.
I'm being told it's Temple of Fiends singular.
Yep, ordeals is not needed since the crown is needed to enter ordeals for some reason. It's a treat of the crown will lead to the key naturally. We don't have to worry.
That's adamant. I think the dwarf will still give you Excalibur.
It finds adamant. We win.
Yeah, I think the dwarf still gives you Excalibur. We don't need Excalibur, so it's not going to be a big deal.
Yeah, I mean, if we had a ninja, and this was at least Final Fantasy 3, they could hurl it at Chaos, but this isn't 3.
Pity.
I'll steal chat's joke of calling it the Agament.
First time I've seen that one.
Oh yeah, you get to see something special tonight. Sharknado.
Oh?
The Sharknado floor. So, if you don't know, the floor that Guda is on is nicknamed Sharknado. It is nicknamed that because of the trap tiles in there being waters and gur sharks. Hence, water plus shark equals Sharknado.
And that's why the floor is called that. Okay, I know I've seen that trap tile before in the randomized format, just, I think this is a very rare time I get to see it this way, because I don't get to see this very often.
Yeah, but it's one of those things, just like, it's there. A lot of people like to have the encounter tiles randomized, you know, because it's fun on that one. But even so. And these two runners are very close.
Alvark getting the adamant now. Guda has taken the lead into the path to Kraken.
That is true. That is true.
That's an Ice 2, another
Ice
Ring 4,
2.
Throwing -4. Throwing -4 is still nothing to scoff at, but obviously still weaker than its vanilla counterpart.
True. True on that one. This chest is empty, Guda.
Okay, +4, there you go.
Yep, and there's another water on that one.
One water isn't too bad. 1273, there we go. One Punch Man is up.
And to answer the question in chat, early ordeals is off, so the crown is actually needed for ordeals. However, I do believe Titan's Trove might be incentivized. Trying to remember on that one. DVS, since you are a tracker, you happen to know for us?
The Guda is working his way through the Sharknado floor.
Yep.
Oh,
Titan's apparently not incentivized, so since there's no incentivized locations, the last item will be in a chest, and it's going to come down to.
There's the Mazmoon.
And welcome.
-4.
Population 4. Yep, you have the Gershark, Wizzy Hag, and then you have the water tiles. Essentially, these are the only trap tiles for this area. Or something like that. So, Master -4. Still a good weapon. We will probably see how market levels. That's going to be.
Oh, my.
Two very good.
Okay, so Guda is now on the Fiend floor. There's no treasures in any of the rooms on this floor. The rooms are basically all empty areas of despair. So he's going to come around to this room down here right now, and you see all these little enclosed areas that you can't access. So you have to work your way around, get to the door. Kraken is in the next room, so he's going to stop. He may just go in and disrespect him. Well, first, gonna put Greg at the bottom of the party. Yeah, no healing. He's just gonna disrespect him and release the Kraken to One Punch Man. So we're gonna see what happens here. Some fade coming out from CC, but One Punch Man gets 573. Not in One Punch form yet, but lit 3 for 168. Another lit 3 for 126. That is enough. Terminated.
Kraken just decided to tap out. Oh god, and now I'm just imagining an 8-armed actual octopus just literally mashing 8 arms to tap out.
So the fact that the black belt, and this is a black belt that's now at level 43 or 44, was not able to one-punch Kraken in one go, that leads to the question of how will it fare against what is about to come next. And that, what I'm talking about to come next is our quad nuclear war mech that is required.
One thing Elmarkin does have that, Elmarkin goes for the Bane strats. Bane gets it!
Ace. That was first turn too, wasn't it?
First turn? First actual action? Yeah, that is the fastest kill you can get.
Wow.
And with that, Elmarkin, let's see, is flying probably to check Titans. It is a quick check on that one. So.
If the tail is here, this would pay off. Assuming he promotes
much.
Crunch, crunch, so delicious. Oh, no tail.
Heal helmet 1, though.
And the Titan has now been unfed. Enjoy.
Yep. Now, Markin, where are you going?
So Guda's hanging around. Guda's hanging around the mermaids. Elmarkin is checking the remaining chests in the armory floor.
Yep. And yeah, having those, having that red mage in that fight, in that black belt, yeah, now Market has a decent amount of damage output.
I see some discussion in chat about Brackon Chaos after that Brackon Kraken. It has been done, and I actually do remember way back some time ago now that actually did happen in a race, and it was a come from behind situation. One of those legendary races back in our, I think it was the second week of, I don't know if it was the most recent tournament, but at least one of the more recent tournaments that it happened as a come from behind Brackon Kraken. Or was it Bane? Sorry, Bane, Poison Smoke terminated on Kraken. So it can happen.
I mean, you also have the Brackon Chaos that has been done here and there.
Mm-hmm.
These sticky Brackon Chaos. And as DVS is pointing out, yes, making Chaos Run Array is a thing.
I actually did not believe that. You have to be like level 99 or something?
No. His max level is 50, but no, it is possible to do that. When the morale stat is not high enough, well, at least for the randomizer, the morale stat is actually Red can actually have. However, as a positive note, the task of the vanilla game does actually cause Chaos to run away. Well, that
Oh,
or
that's
Bane
hilarious. I've never seen that.
Particular break. Was it last year or the year before that? Yeah, there. And they even did actual not you know what class would actually be doing it, and it was ended up being White Mage.
So it looks like we're gonna get the slab turning and the Lefane visit right now from Elmark. I'm gonna do it right before he goes to Mirage Tower, so this will save him some airship flying time at least. He'll get the trip to Lefane, he'll get back to the airship, we'll just have a short jog in the air over to the new landing spot to go to Mirage Tower at that point.
Yep, and with what the... Oh, hey, Tyro.
Me. Oh.
I mean... It was useful getting there on that one. Guda finishing the checks in the Sea Shrine.
So for those who like their steak and wings, unfortunately, Elmarkin is not obliging you today.
Yeah, but we will see some zombies. Let's
Yep.
see, punch. 1100 damage. I think that zombie's gone.
Yeah, that's not going to survive long, and this troll is going to probably go very quickly too with it. Yep, one shot from the red wizard. Or red mage, rather, they're not promoting.
Yep.
And Elmarkin knows the chime has to be here, because this is, again, a NPC. NPCs are vanilla items.
Yep, there's the chime.
And Guda already has his, so he just has to eventually make his way back over to Mirage Tower, which they're going to be getting there roughly about 30 seconds apart, pending Elmarkin's encounters here. Okay, it's going to be more than 30 seconds. Guda tries to land the airship on the mountain. That's going to hurt the finish a little bit.
Oh,
And there's the steak.
And the wings. And actually...
They're
let's-
actually entering seconds apart. I like this.
And of course, Elmarkin burning off some encounters.
Well, he would be entering.
Well, it is anyway. Some more cabins, some money, still nothing. Yep.
Opal minus 2 shield.
Minus 2, not good.
And Guda now burning off his own encounter list. That's a silver shield minus 1.
So we do know that Elmarkin checking Titan's Trove is going to be a bit behind when all's said and done.
And
Because
Guda is... Go ahead.
I was going to say, because Guda's managed to make up the time from grinding.
Well, what's going to be greater than less than room? What Elmer can check it. Yes, he is. There's a ribbon in there. And a white shirt plus 4.
And they're all in the same room.
So that's one of our ribbons and the white shirt in the same room. That is a very good greater than less than room.
Yes, it is. And Opal 2 on that one, and giving the ribbon to the, is that the, one of the black mages? Yes, I believe it is.
So Elmarkin is now coming up to the staircase, gonna get his own encounter along the way. Guda had one as well, but he's on the 3rd floor now. Elmarkin will be there shortly. Both are gonna find a blue dragon. Blue dragon, I don't think is really that. I think it has a spell or two that is bad, but at this point, One Punch Man at least will be able to punch out quickly, so it shouldn't be too bad.
We will probably see a fight, and a fight, considering it is unrunnable, And Thunder coming out.
Ah, that's where Thunder is in the middle game. Okay. 1434, though, as I predicted, One Punch Man takes it out quickly. How many eyes are we going to see here?
Oh, apart from the eyes have it, it's going to be an interesting one.
Both runners are on the first floor now. Elmarkin, is he going to check the chest here?
Yes.
Oh, he needs the key. They need the key, that's right.
No. Key is not required for here. And, oh god.
No, Temple of Fiends visit, so they're going to check the chest because they need it.
Yes, Ice Sword would 175, 93, actual battle.
Snorting does nothing.
Also, I might add Guda's level on that black belt. Did you catch it?
It must be getting up to 50 by now.
45.
There's a house. Oh, there's the third ribbon. We know where the 3 ribbons are now. 2 of them were in this combined pair of dungeons.
Yep,
Elmark can take advantage of warp to get the chest checks in quickly.
And Elmarkin has pulled ahead by the slimmest of margins.
Yeah, literally about a second.
Yep. So this is going to come down to Temple of Fiends.
And encounters.
Very true.
Black shirt. And that was +2.
However, sadly, they cannot wear it.
Yeah.
Well, unless they want to go to the remote.
They can theoretically use the magic from it, but I think it's only like, what, an Ice 2 or something like that?
Yes, it is only Ice 2. And I think this can get the other side, too.
Ooh, Dragon Armor -5. There's the crown. We can now go
Never fails. But crown! Elmarkin is officially in...
Yeah, we know the key is on the prince, so we know that that is the last thing he needs to check. He's now basically in go mode.
Yes, and Elmarkin pulling ahead slightly thanks to that.
He checked that right. He checked that room first. Guda checked a different room first, so
yes.
Slight lead from that. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to say that we are approaching the Bridge of Destiny, but do not get your prayers in chat because we don't need your prayers. We are going to see a 4 nuclear skill Warmech get ready for a chaotic fight. And it's not even chaos yet.
Well, I wouldn't say don't get your blessed RNGs in chat. I'd say get them in chat, and here's hoping we get to see all 4 of those nuclears.
We're not going to see all 4.
We want to see chaos. I mean... I know we're probably not going to, but here's hoping it rolled high, and, well, it takes down a few things.
So the trek on the Bridge of Destiny begins for Elmark, and Guda is fighting a Wiz Vampire.
Yep.
Guda misses Sarah at first.
Elmarkin taking down some Red Hydras, as it's some decent EXP. Who doesn't like having some extra EXP?
EXP. So, Elmark is slowly making his way along the Bridge of Destiny. I think there's a higher encounter rate up here, if I'm not mistaken. But nonetheless...
I believe it's the highest encounter rate in the game, apart from Temple of Fiends.
And there it is. So as soon as Elmark gets away from this, we are going to prepare for a very vicious battle. And let's wait for him to talk to Warmech to actually cue the fight here. So watch him heal and die, Earthlings!
He's fast on that, fast and temper, fast coming out on that black belt. 2 hits, 43 damage, temper coming out. 10 hits. Not dead yet.
Guda's about to start his own Warmech fight, so he's going to probably heal up in a moment here. Zach taking down to
Oh.
13 damage. That is not a very good situation right now, because that's your heavy damage dealer. But Elmarkin can use the red mage as well. He does get through, though. Meanwhile, Guda starts the fight. You will be reprogrammed. And he's going to bring out Temper on the black button, who is actually at the bottom of the party. That's the safer spot for him to be, as Elmarkin's fight just showed you, with him down to 13.
Yep,
So
9
there's
hits for
493
93 damage.
Not really tempered up that much yet, but we'll slowly get there. So White Wizard, or wait, there's the nuclear. We see one of the black mages go down. Greg, however, with 856 HP left, is not going anywhere.
Also, while we were looking at Warbeck, Markin got done Tia with a Bane.
Very nice. He's getting some good Bracken Bane stats here today on those fiends.
But 1400 damage definitely just takes down a Warmech.
Honestly, another line I have to use in chat sometime. Nuclear launch detected.
Marking, resetting the encounter table, trying to get back to the airship. Manages to get back to the airship. We will see a crown turn in, a crystal shard turn in, and then we will turn in for the key.
Yeah, we have to go through the whole cycle here. We have to go through Astos, and then the good White Wizard herself with the key in order to get to, or not the key, the crystal. We have to get the crystal from Astos, go to get the herb from Matoya, and then the key from the prince.
Yep.
Then we can go to Temple of Thieves Revisit.
And I'm marking picking up one more pro ring. Yep, and there it is, Mage's Tile. You can see the free access down to Northwest Castle and all of that. Gives the crown, gets the crystal.
Ha ha ha! I am Astos, and I
Astos
will be killed in one shot by you. Oh, make that 2 shots.
Yeah, there we go. Warp coming out, going to the thing. It is Guda doing what I think they're doing?
What do you think Guda's doing? Oh, wait a second. Yeah, what is he doing?
Probably picking up heal pots. So originally I was gonna say possibly going to promote.
Did we find the tail somewhere and I missed it?
Guda has the tail. It was in the same floor as the crown.
Oh, I missed it. Okay. Well, I would have come back here after promoting, because Life 2 is obviously... Actually, no, he can learn on the White Mage, never mind. So he doesn't need to promote for that. So he may not need to promote if he's happy with where he is with Life 2 on the White Mage.
This is gonna be close. It's gonna come down to Temple of Fiends.
And Elmarkin is not as highly leveled on the Black Belt, but so that will be a factor coming into the fights here. But nonetheless, they're both high enough, they should both breeze through, I would say. It's just a matter how quickly they breeze through.
Yep. Well, we do have up to 200% Fiends, so that could be, that could affect things.
Yeah, I could be forced to eat my own words here. We'll see.
And as DVS is pointing out, in chat, Sky top 3 on that one.
So it was the first room that Guda went to. I just missed that one myself. I saw the I saw the one we needed, which was the crown, obviously, which was definitely well outside the Intercontinent this time.
And at 1 hour 31 minutes and 51 seconds, Markin has entered Topher.
Beat me to that, yes. So Guda is not going to be too far behind. Has to finish his fetch quest chain first. We'll see how wide the difference is at that point.
Yep, and of course the Phantom.
The Phantom, who wishes it was an eye.
I mean, it doesn't give us much EXP.
That's why. Anyway, maybe not. Anyway, this is where the key is for, and you've seen now where the key is needed for.
Yep.
So now that you have passed the door of verification, you may now proceed to finish the game.
Yep. Elmarkin's just about to Lich 2. Lich 2 having Nuke. I believe it's their opening spell too.
I think it is the opening spell. I have seen, when I played the vanilla game, I have seen Lich cast Nuke a lot. So, this Lich is not one that likes to be messed with.
Very true. Very, very true. Will we see the disrespect? We will!
The disrespect.
Swing!
So will it come out? 379. Quake for the insta-kill. Does it? Disrespect. Go ahead.
I was going to say, and Gouda having to burn off a lot of houses.
And now the encounters. So Elmarkin is a very significant lead, if you will, at this point. I'll be interested to see if Gouda can actually catch up.
One punch, man.
I know, but
That's
still.
stats.
It's a lot of fours ahead, is what I'm getting at there.
Oh,
And now,
I know.
exactly 2 minutes behind Elmarkin, 133.51. Gouda is now also in the fast.
Yep. Punch, Duke, Temper, and Fast coming out. Duke coming out for 258, I believe. Swing for that. 8 hits, 715. Duke coming out.
Oh, that's
364.
definitely enough. So we didn't get to see Carry move either, so neither Fiend has reacted so far. Will Kraken get to do something? Well, first we're going to see what 6 Water gets to do.
Yep.
I'm going to assume Drowning is not an option, but Nuke takes out the bulk of them. 2 of them survive for a Fade charge, and 1 survives that too. Oh my. And the Nuke finishes it off.
That is true. That is true.
There's another set of 5, and keep in mind these waters are unrunnable. You see the weight there. That means you're not able to run away from these guys. In the vanilla game, without any of the randomizer settings on it, in the vanilla game you would find that it still says run, but you have no clue that you're not able to run from these waters. You're just forever trying to run, you're not able to run away. Three Medusas with Glance are trying to do their thing, and they did get Moon. Moon did get turned to stone, but Gouda is getting away from them now.
I believe he has some actual softs on them, so that'll help.
I think he still had at least a soft potion in there, yeah. Meanwhile, Elmarkin is coming up to the Kraken 2 fight, getting heal up, giving Kraken the full respect, because this is the first heralded gatekeeper in many aspects. The community sees as the first gatekeeper, and release the Kraken 2. So we're going to start with looks like a Fast, a Temper, I think that was a Quake I saw. It was a little too quick. Oh, that might have been his attack, never mind. In any case, the Nuke comes out, Temper was used, Nuke comes out for 157, Fast comes out to make the Black Belt faster, Lit 3, Kraken does get to move and doesn't do very much. So let's see what the second turn yields. So it's turn 2, another punch. This is for 12.99. See you later, Kraken.
15 hits, too.
That Fast will do that to you.
So let's see, Tia 2 coming out.
And the disrespect, because there wasn't really much damage there, so not even going to bother to heal up that 30 HP lost. Temper again comes out. There's 521 on 5 hits. Bane is used by Tiamat. Again, vanilla attempt to destroy, but 3 weapons are going to prevent that. Fade for 200. Round 2. Gouda's still on the fire floor. Fade for 101. We're going to see a Lit 3, which won't do too much. 46 damage. And there's 1090 from the Black Belt. See you later, Tiamat. And it is off to the Chaos floor. So the final beast awaits. And is he going to heal up? Yes, he is going to heal up. Low respect for the final boss.
Chaos has Cure 4.
Yes, you want to get him out before he can cast that Cure 4. I think it's what about 5 turns in he uses it or something like that.
I do not remember. Fade coming out for 103 damage. Ice 3 coming out. Chaos for a little bit. Fast coming out to that black belt temper coming out. Black belt punches for 11 hits, 626 damage.
Okay, we're gonna get to round 2 right now. Carry fight on Guda's side, by the way. Temper comes out stronger. Cure 3 is used to make sure the black belt does not go down. We need that. 11 to 18 damage. One more of those and Chaos is probably gonna go down. So this fight is pretty much over, I think, at this point. So there's another temper or fat. I think it was a temper.
Yep, temper.
Just for good measure. Another temper. And red Major isn't going to do anything this time. Just attack.
10 hits.
17 and that is it. We have a winner.
GG.
And get your GGs in chat for Elmark. We finished with an official SRL time of 1 hour, 38 minutes, and 11 seconds. We will see if Elmark wishes to join us.
And Elmark maintains his 6th place spot in the Irongol.
We'll get a marked as done so he can get invited to join if our traffic mark is done. There we go. And El has already joined us. GG, El Markin.
GG.
So what were your thoughts on that seed tonight?
It's been a while since I've played flags like this where, progression all comes from the main NPCs, or at least they're not randomized, I should say. So it was kind of a nice refresher, like nice throwback to, the days of old, as it were.
And it's actually the first time I've seen a seed like this myself. I was actually coming in thinking, wait, are the chess instead of chess all vanilla too? And then we saw the TNT randomizer, like, oh, they're all over the place, so that still hasn't changed. But I agree, the NPCs give you some kind of structure. You know exactly what you need to do once you find the items you need. Does that fact that those other items are still randomized like everything else, does that change how you play the game to a certain extent?
To a degree. So it's like, we didn't have like early Sarda, early Sages, early Ordeals on at all tonight. So you knew you had to go and at least, kill the vampire before Sarda would talk to you, do all the fun things that you used to have to do in the vanilla game. But I think the biggest thing is just making sure you know the fetch quest chains. Like, your biggest go mode items are going to be like the slab and the crown, and once you find those, you're fine.
And we saw that from both of you. As soon as you found the crown, both of you were out of there like the show. Well, you didn't leave because you had to go get rid of timeout, of course, but you were both off to get that fetch quest. You weren't checking any more chests, so we did see exactly that. Guda did get one more set of chest checks in before getting to the crown, though. Guess what he found?
Tail.
Yeah, the tail was in the top room on the same floor as the crown.
Yeah, makes sense. I thought about doing it, but I was like, I don't think there's really anything I was going to miss from not promoting.
Also, Guda has just taken down Chaos as well.
And he didn't promote either, but as Magus just said, Guda has finished off Chaos. We'll get him marked and invited here as well. And his official start time was 1 hour, 40 minutes, and 49 seconds. So about 2 minutes and 38 seconds behind. You're about 2 minutes apart as you entered the Temple of Fiends Revisited. Exactly 2 minutes apart entering Temple of Fiends Revisited. So you had a slight edge going through Temple of Fiends Revisited, it looks like.
Yeah, it's nice to see something, have runners finish this closely together. Like, the thing I always hate when doing these races is when there's like when it's really one-sided, like, one person's like killing Chaos, the other person's just finding their airship. Like, those matches always feel bad because it's like, you don't get a lot of drama from it. And I think, at least with Irongol, like, drama's where it's at. It's like, you want runners to be like close together. You want runners to be like kind of holding hands through the seed. You kind of want them to be kind of doing a lot of the same things. So at that point, it comes down to player skill instead of like, oh, I saw something bad from this mob and you never did. So.
And it looks like we do have Guda joining us in the chat as well. GG, Guda.
Yeah, thanks. So I thought that I turned extended open progression off, which is why I went into Marsh Cave. And next thing I know, I go over and I see a dock there, and I'm super mad at myself, going, well, crap. That just cost me 3 minutes, and guess what? I lost by just a little bit less than 3 minutes.
We saw you going by, and it looked like you were just about to go by there, and I said immediately, "Oh, it looks like you didn't notice the dock was there." And I wonder, I was going to ask you if that's what happened, and you just answered that question.
Yep, totally forgot that I had it on. So I found that floater at probably, 12 minutes? Or 15, maybe 15. I checked the time. I'm like, well, all right, I'm 2.5 minutes off on my timer. That's fun. Yeah, it was a great time. Black belt.
I think you found that floater about 10 minutes before I did then, because I'm pretty sure I was closer to the 20-minute mark when I got mine. Because I dove marsh early, hoping there was something fun down.
Yep, and I did marsh after I dove down into Earth. I had to do a little bit of XP grinding, so I mean that didn't help. But I mean at that point, I'm like, well, I'm going into Earth Cave. I need at least more than level 8.
I mean, you both chose to do some interesting grinds. We got to have some Agama facts. Mark, do you want to explain leaving at 32? Well, Guda, do you want to explain why you grinded up to 42?
So I thought about going longer, but it's only 100 to 200 clamped, and I'd already seen Fast and Temper by that point. So I figured with the required war mech and the wonderful, wonderful encounter table that we had, I figured I'd get pretty close to like 42. By the time everything was said and done, I think I killed Chaos at like 39. So I wasn't too far off. I probably could have taken another level or two, but it was just one of those things where I felt like you probably didn't need 42 in these flag sets to do anything. But
yeah, I went to 40 or 39. I stopped at 39 because I knew I had another 2 Agamas and a Red D to do, and I figured I'd be at a 40 by that point, and then I just get my party level up while I went through Sky. But even with 100 to 200%, I mean 32 is probably all you need. But as you saw with me, Carrie decided to punch me a couple of times, and the first time I went down there, I didn't have enough heal pots, so that was on me. That was probably another minute and a half that was lost, which I got super lucky. I made it all the way from the Agama tile all the way out of Volcano with no encounters.
Yeah, that was quite a hero run. We were actually commenting, and I think we even saw Will Bloodworth in the chat basically yelling, "Heal, Guda! Heal!"
I didn't have any heal pots.
He was complaining about you going in with so few heal pots, but still, congrats on the actual hero run back. Did you think about actually trying to just take on Carrie, depending on the...
Yeah, so if the Agamas weren't hitting so hard, if they were only doing like 10 damage at a time, I probably would have walked into Carrie. Like I would have gone to like 36 or 37 and walked down to Carrie, skipped the Red D chest, and taken my chances. But the fact that the Agamas were hitting for like 50 a crack on me, I was like, I've got to try and get out of here with the 10 levels that I got. Went, got heal pots, came back, went to 40, 39, and then got 42 on Carrie because I just kept getting red giants, and I'm like, well, all right, I'll take this experience.
And I think you did left the Volcano at 42 when that was all said and done too.
Yeah, I did. And that was kind of sad. I probably should have. I told myself I was going to stop at 36, and then I just kept pushing up and down, and totally forgot that I was there. I got stuck with Agama facts inside of my own head.
Sadly, not that many Agama facts tonight, but still.
Yeah, there was a bunch of I don't do black belt very often, so when I do, this is a good practice. These flags are fantastic for practicing black belt because it's 100 to 200% clamped. It is vanilla Topher, so you know that Lich is going to come out with nuke first round, so you know you need to have hit points. And I mean, it's great black belt flag, especially with just straight 5 times XP. This is old school, 1.4.4 type stuff. Like I said, I totally forgot. I spaced on the progression. The extended open and open progression were supposed to be off, other than I think in Northern, but that was on me. I totally messed that up. But what can you do? Play with the flags that you accidentally send somebody.
I mean, heck, I posted a 1.4.4 in the Flags and Seed channel just the other day.
I know.
'Cause I found some of my old practice seats.
When I saw that, I was like, oh, and then you volunteered to do comms. I'm like, Magus is gonna love this because this is really close to the way that 1.4.4 was, where it was 8 loose items. All your fetch quests were loose, and everything else was vanilla, and you have vanilla turn-in. So really, you're just looking for the crown. You're just looking for the slab, and anything else is gravy on top. But you still have to try and find. Maybe you need the ruby, maybe you don't. Especially when you have the Ryukon Desert Dock. So yeah, it was good. I like these flags. I think they're a lot of fun. A little bit faster than I thought they were going to be. I thought they'd be a little closer to 2 hours, but we got that early floater with the extended open progression, and it really just kind of opened everything up.
Yeah, and that was one of the things I noted once I realized the items were shuffled. We were mentioning to Ale before you came in, Guda, that having the chest items all shuffled with everything else that's in chests kind of gave a little bit of a different feel to it, because now you're going on that scavenger hunt. You know where everything is that you need to get from the NPCs. That hasn't changed. The scavenger hunt is now where the chest items are.
Mm-hmm.
And once you find those chest items, then you're in go mode, because you know exactly where everything else is that you need to get. So it's just about where those chest items are to get to the point where you can just cruise through the rest of the game. And it kind of adds a new feel to it. You can have the crown well outside its original location, which in this case it was on third floor of Sky Palace. So
right.
It just breathes a new light, breathes a new air into it. It's still vanilla, but kind of like a still somewhat nicely randomized vanilla, where the item chains are still going to be random where they begin.
Mm-hmm. And I think that this is kind of, like I said, it's a throwback type flag set, and Triton did this kind of flag set last year. It was an actual way closer to 1.4.4.
As I said, I've got a few seats of that left if anybody wants them, and the actual randomizer for it.
I might take you up on that, Eric, because I need to try something neat like that. I might take you up on that. But anyway, so we should look into what's going to come up on Irongol things for each of you. What are you each going to do from here in the next coming weeks?
I'll let you go first, Dale. You're the winner. You're moving on up, buddy.
I mean, I'm just going to kind of see what happens. I think it's, one of the things I commented on before back in the Irongol preseason, it's really not a lot of fun being a high-seeded person, because outside of a couple people, you don't really get challenged. So I like being lower-seeded because it gives me the opportunity to challenge people. I just have to find time to do it. I've got a lot going on at the moment, and it's kind of all culminating here in a very short amount of time. But I think, at least as far as what's on the books, I believe I have a match against Ragnarok 784 on Friday evening, I'm going to assume, because I don't see us doing anything during the day. So that's that. But that's just kind of a grudge match because, people like to run their mouth and people need to get smacked down. So.
And what about you, Guda?
Well, I've got to lick my wounds. I believe that because I lost, I think Dwight might be the one who jumped me. Or I have to check. But Dwight and I were supposed to go tonight, so I'm gonna have to rekindle Dwight's little challenge that he had to me, which is 1,000. Oh, DVS jumped me. Our great tracker tonight, DVS, taking me out. I don't know if DVS. I know he had a match earlier today. I don't know if he beat Sir Link-a-Lot or not. So I've got to go into the standings. I've got to check some stuff out. But between DVS and Dwight, I'm going to have a match here next week, I'm sure, and I'll take up Dwight's challenge. It is absolutely something that is nuts. It is not anything like this vanilla. It is, I believe, entrance and floor shuffle with random classes on class change, so your black mage can become a master and keep his spell charges. Is something that's absolutely bananas on alpha that I'm super looking forward to going after. But I figured that, nice contrast to what we did tonight.
I think we're getting some smack talk at the broadcast show here. I love it. It looks like DVS beat Sir Link-a-Lot by about 3 minutes, and he says he'll take you anytime. Guda can't let a higher seed get to his head, he says. So we can have another matchup here in the near future, it looks like.
Oh, yeah. I mean, this is what Irongol is all about. It's about taking on people that maybe, like DVS. I've never raced DVS before. I know he's a newer duck, and I'm glad that he is higher ranked in in the Irongol, him and Sir Linkalot, they've been racing a ton, and they came in and they did the smackdown on that rumble, and it was sick to see. So I've got and Dwight out in chat. This is what I'm talking about. Let's go, Dwight. Remake those flags, buddy. You're one rank below me, and we'll do that 7 versus 8, and let's get this done. I'm stoked. Dwight beat me in the preseason on some just nutso flags that I don't remember if I made it. I think I made it, and it was close though. I think he was like 4 or 5 minutes between us, and I'm out for some revenge.
Well, I think we've got another spicy matchup coming up in the near future here, so keep your eyes on the schedule. We may get to see DVS versus guda632 coming up very, very soon here. In the meantime, any last thoughts from either of you tonight?
You can go first, Dale.
I mean, I was just glad to do something fun. Like I still think having just like the random seeds that come out of Irongol is kind of like the epitome of like FFR. Like a lot of the tournament seeds and other things like that, they can be fun, but I don't know. To me, they get kind of stale. So I think that's where Irongol really shines. It's anybody can come up with any kind of nonsense, and you're almost guaranteed to find at least one other person to run it against you. And especially a lot of us have been doing blind flags where we have like a third party make the flags, then surprise us with them at the last minute to where we go into it blind. I think that's just kind of like the most fun I've had in FFR ever. So it'll be nice to see, that happening more. But yeah, I mean, if you're watching and you're curious, hop in, run some Irongol, challenge people, get your feet wet, join the rumble as they come up. It's a lot of fun. So
yeah, and I'm the commish of the Irongol Heavy Metal Championship. Will Bloodworth out in chat is the new hardcore champ. He was crowned last night. So we've got a couple different divisions going on right now, and hardcore is almost exclusively blind flags and just nutso stuff to try and test a runner's metal without actually knowing what the flags are. Yeah, I completely agree with Ale that just basically taking a flag set, challenging somebody with it, and seeing how they do on it, where maybe you as a lower competitor, this is what you like to run normally, and then all of a sudden you go, all right, I'm really good at this. I practice this for fun. Let's see if, Will Bloodworth can handle whatever I'm going to throw at him. And I think that Irongol really shows who is really, really good at this game, because it shows that you can adjust to flags and you can figure out routing on the fly, basically, because you have less than a week to try and figure out these flags. Tournaments are fantastic. I love tournaments, but same flag set over and over again. It becomes basically a known meta and who can execute better versus who can read flags and who can work their way up. And that's one of the reasons why our champ Spellzap has been there for forever. And he's beaten people counter co-op. He's beaten people in bingo. He's beaten people in MM2R, FFR crossover. I mean, he's a beast, and I am super looking forward to whenever CC challenges him and what they're going to do.
And Spellzap, I remember, was a champion of the Pappas Invitational that I called back in October as well. I got to call that race when he won that. So definitely a really feared competitor, and always a treat to see someone like him giving a run. Well, congratulations to both of you on a really good performance tonight. Really good close race here. I'm looking forward to seeing more from each of you in the coming weeks here. Yeah,
GG Ale. And thanks for doing this, Cyclone and Magius and DVS, and thanks for Speed Gaming.
No problem.
This is fantastic.
No problem. I mean, the best way I like to think of Irongol is it's the natural progression of the old weekend shenanigan races from a year or two ago. This is basically what we did.
And as you said, it's always a pleasure to be able to do this as well. In fact, my first one a couple weeks I've been moving, so I've been itching to get back in here. Happy to do one of these, and happy to see such a good race in this tonight. And if you want to see what else these runners are up to, make sure you follow both these runners. Those watching on YouTube, the URL is twitch.tv/ followed by the name you see on the screen, except that L. Markin has an underscore at the end of his name, guda632, exactly as you see it. Those of you following live on Twitch can see that in our Twitch chat right now, or on the VOD for a little while. Those of you who want to follow our tracker, make sure you follow our tracker DVS7. Make sure you also follow our my co-commentator, who has made just one, I'm Cyclone or Cyclone GU, which is actually not correct in the link. It's actually Cyclone GU for me, but we'll let that slide. In the meantime, any last thoughts from you, just before we do wrap up?
I think you covered a lot of it, Cyclone. I think you covered a lot of it. It was nice to see old school throwback style flag set, because we don't see them as much nowadays. And I keep telling people, check it out. It's a great old school style. It's always worth checking out some of the older styles.
And we're definitely getting a good variety of the different flag sets here. In fact, the other race I remember seeing on this, it was an entrance randomizer, and all the entrances were shuffled. So we definitely get a good mix of flags here. As you said, definitely something new to look forward to every week. And I think it was Elmark who said that tournaments get stale because it's the same kind of seeds over and over. While it's easy for commentators, we know what the flags are going to be all the time. It's stale for the runners because it's the same kind of seeds all the time. Here, you're going to get to see different seeds all the time, so it really is cool from that aspect. It's always neat to see the neat things that come on here. Anyway, make sure you follow Speed Gaming, SpeedGaming236 as well, and you'll know whenever these or any other events come on here. We had some Mega Man Randomizer earlier, for example. We had some Legend of Zelda Randomizer earlier, and some other events that all go on here at Speed Gaming. You'll be able to keep tabs on all the events going on here. And with that said, other than that, I just want to thank everyone for watching tonight. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you for the next Irongol Heavy Metal Championship match coming up in the near future.